why the Kai and Speed show died so fast. They fleeced Rumble, bro. They got a bag, did like how many episodes? Like 3 episodes. I remember they did one in a cabin with Tiana Trump. The second episode, they did one in Japan. And then did they do a 3rd episode? I don't remember. And then they just started streaming with each other, bro.
Do y'all remember the Kai and Speed show? One of the biggest collab channels in streaming history, featured on the then growing site Rumble, that everybody and they mama thought was gonna give Twitch a run for its money. Yeah, that didn't happen. And yeah, that show quietly died. And nobody really noticed. Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed had their own show, the Kai and Speed show. Kinda
This
did,
shit like
but now
Lost
it's gone.
Media.
No finale, no goodbye, just silence. So what happened? Let's break it down. How this wild collab ended
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. If they ran that bitch back now, it'd be over with.
before it ever really hit its full potential. At first, when Kai and Speed announced the joint show on Rumble, the internet lost its mind. 2 of the biggest streamers in the world teaming up. It was labeled a historic moment by Rumble's CEO, and honestly, it kinda was. In May 2023, Kai and Speed signed an exclusive deal with Rumble. This wasn't just 2 friends going live, it was a major content partnership. Kai brought the Kai Mafia, and Speed brought his growing international fan base.
Hell
They did it
yeah.
on a third-party platform nobody's
I mean, bro, if you think about it, what the fuck can these platforms really offer Kai and Speed? If they did it on YouTube TV, that's what I'm saying. Like, Speed and Kai, they're kind of bigger than these platforms, bro. They make the platforms. They're top creators. Like, Speed is the #1 streamer on YouTube. Kai is the #1 streamer on Twitch. There's nothing that none of these platforms, especially Rumble can't offer them shit. The only thing that they can offer them is a little bit of money, but they could get that from the other platforms. The thing with Rumble is that it's an alt-right platform, so that didn't even make sense. They just took the bag, bro.
Why Rumble though? Because Rumble gave them full creative control. No Twitch bans, no YouTube restrictions, just chaos.
Nah, facts.
Expectations were crazy. An official trailer teased crazy scenarios.
Nah, Kick-
They even said they'd do a
Kick's PR, at this point in time though, damn, this was 2023. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, Rumble had better PR than Kick. Because 2023 was like the era of nuisance streamers, botting, you know, a lot of racism was going on fucking Kick. Nobody really knew anything about Rumble. Like Rumble, the only person that was streaming on there was Sneakio. There was nobody else who was on that platform, bro, except for like a few like right-leaning creators, but there was other people who had inked like were they inking multi-streaming deals, or was it like a little exclusive joint where they just had to stream? People were just signing for the bag because these platforms were giving out the money, bro. And I think that era of just getting a fat lump sum up front will never happen again. Because once you throw a creator like hella life-changing money like up front, they're not gonna take your shit serious. That's why Kick is doing the partner program. They'll just rather give it to you in installments, bro. Wait, watch now that everyone is talking about how it ended, they're gonna do it on Netflix or something. Bro, if they ink a deal with Netflix, that'd be crazy. Wasn't it like that for SU? Like Kai was getting offers from Netflix, Tubi, and a bunch of other fucking platforms and shit. They don't need those platforms. They can just do that shit themselves. That's why they just collab. You know what I mean? Let's be real, it started because of Mixer. I mean, Mixer was trying to compete. Like, it was just Microsoft, but they didn't really give a fuck. SU was so good because he had all the creative control. Exactly. That's what they need to do. They just need to give them the control, and like whatever budget they ask for, just give it to them and just let them cook, bro, because they're gonna make the money back. The thing with Kai, bro, same thing with Speed, but specifically Kai, because I've witnessed his fucking like his mind and his operation. The thing with Kai, he's a fucking mastermind when it comes down to content, bro. Like, genius is not even the right fucking word. Mastermind. He knew what he needed to do to make this shit pop, bro. I'm telling you, however smart you think he is, multiply it by 2 or 3. Dead ass.
up to 3 live shows a month.
Nah, man, I'm getting out. Professional football player.
Professional footballer? Man,
Oh, wait, doesn't Speed have a show with YouTube TV, where he's trying to be a professional footballer?
striker. Bro, get off Ronaldo's. You IShowSpeed from Ohio. The only thing that you striking is Messi hitting your mom.
All right, so we starting the show. What the we doing?
Damn. Damn, them boys really are different, bro.
Damn it, bro. I wasn't fucking ready.
When is this dropping, gang? This was 2023. Where the fuck were you, bro?
Bro, anybody gonna watch this? Yeah, you right. You born as fuck anyways, bro. Bro, you from Ohio. And bitch, you from the Bronx. Bro, fuck you. What the fuck?
Damn.
At the time, both were going crazy. Kai had just finished a record-breaking subathon and won Streamer of the Year. Speed was pulling insane numbers with viral stunts and football and all that. They were at their peak, and still is, by the way. In episode 1, 100,000 peak live viewers on Rumble. That's huge for a platform
That
most
shit
people
is
weren't
crazy.
even using yet. The VOD cleared about like 23 million views. Rumble was talking about this.
They bringing in what? Wait, how does Thought say? Watch. They bringing in 23 million views on a first stream? And the budget is not even OD? They just rented a cabin for a day? What? Do you know what the ROI is on that? Oh my god!
This kind of moment was impossible a year ago, 2022, and for a second it looked like the Kai Speed show was going to be a huge success. But as we know, that future is short-lived. The Kai Speed show continued through 2023 with a series of episodes, each seemingly trying to outdo the last. In the early installments, Kai and Speed traveled and took on wild challenges. For episode 2, they streamed overnight in the most haunted place in America. That attracted over 300k peak viewers, the highest live audience of the series.
I don't remember that.
Episode 3 saw them visit Disneyland in Japan, which became the most watched episode by total hours viewed. Other episodes included a live stream from the UK, a chaotic talent show, a dating-themed episode, and more. As hype as the show started, it didn't take long for the momentum to fall apart. They promised multiple episodes a month, but in reality...
Yeah, but you gotta understand that, like, as a content creator, it's so easy for you to be spread out too thin. Speed and Kai, they have their own shit that they were doing, their own priorities, their own sponsorships and brand deals that they had to take care of as well, bro. It's easy to just, you feel me?
We barely got one a month, if that. The schedule was all over the place. Sometimes they dropped back-to-back episodes with 2 days in between, then out of nowhere, 3-month gaps, no announcement, no heads up, just radio silence. And that inconsistency killed the hype. Fans didn't know when to tune in, and when they finally did drop something, it started to feel mid. Yeah, I said it, it's mid, bro. Let's look at some of the later episodes. This is stuff that you can find off of like YouTube or Twitch. It's like, why not stream on Twitch? I get it, they had a contract, but it's just like, come on, bro. Compare the trailer and then the other episodes. The later episodes, just do that. Compare and then compare. Just see how crazy it is. Like, no, granted, the first few episodes had wild setups.
What, they were just chilling? Are you serious? I mean, people are gonna watch them do anything anyways. They were just cooling?
Haunted houses, Disneyland, Japan, Tiana Trump in the woods. But later episodes, it just got lazy. Episode 9 was just a recycled talent show in Miami. Episode 10 tried to switch it up with a power slap in Vegas, but the buzz wasn't there. I guess the trailer hyped up the idea that every episode would be better and better, but that bar never got raised again. After episode 5, fans noticed, and the numbers reflected it. Early episodes were pulling hundreds of thousands live, but by episode 9, they barely cracked to 33k. And that's still good, but not what it was before. As the live audience shrank, the Kai and Speed channels standing on Rumble's platform also slipped. During the show's early phase, the Kai and Speed channel routinely ranked them on the top 3 on Rumble by peak viewership, only behind streamers like Andrew Tate's channel and the official GOP News channel. By the first half of 2024, the Kai and Speed show had dropped to 6th place on Rumble, overtaken by other streamers. And because of that, fewer streams, fewer viewers, and less buzz. Still, no one expected the show to outright disappear without an official finale.
Yo, free fucking bag.
Yet that's essentially what happened. The last episode aired on March 27th, 2024, a 2-part sleepover special at Kai's house, and nothing after that.
Waste the condoms, man. All right, chat, bro. W stream. Said I love y'all, man.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I mean, you gotta understand, like, this shit really is about vibes, though. If the vibe isn't there, fuck that. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, hey, we fulfilled the contract. All right, bet. Fuck y'all. Shit, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, when you see hella L's and shit like that, look at the chat. You go to check the chat. It says monkey, sleep stream, boring, fuck this shit. Why the fuck would you want to stream? When, you know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you want to put yourself through that? They probably felt like shit later that day. I'm not gonna lie.
Stream.
Hope you don't do us like that.
Man. Next stream we're gonna actually do Outlast because we owe y'all. So We actually gotta do.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like I'm more like a chill streamer. I'm not the type of person to do crazy shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like more old Twitch. I fuck with Kai OD though, but I like more like chilling, reacting, playing the game. Like I want to do Discord segments, play scary shit, you know. Eventually, like I want to do like a sleep stream and like hook up my speaker and just like you just annoy the shit out of me. Nizzy like Penguin Zero, exactly. Like I like shit like that. I don't like to be like like that's not really my body, bro. And people were mad at me at SU because I wasn't running up. Why didn't you go to Rakai's room and clip farm? First off, one, bitch, I was in Rakai's room. That shit smelled like shit. Two, I'm not just gonna run up to random people and just try to. I'm not that kind of guy, bro. Like I'm really more just like laid back. Nah, you on Mario Kart be funny? You fuck with that?
Outlast and shit.
And we never heard from them again. So why did the Kai and Speed show stop? The most straightforward answer is that the exclusive contract with Rumble expired. According to reports, Kai and Speed's deal with Rumble ran from May 2023 until March 2024, after which the contract ended. Neither Kai, Speed, nor Rumble put out an official statement saying the show was canceled, but the lack of any episodes for over a year speaks for itself. Fans picked up on the likely explanation. Somebody on Reddit asked like what happened, why'd they cancel the show or whatever, what's going on, and then one user responded, Rumble's contract most likely ended, so they're free to do it on their own channels. Another said that Kai and Speed finessed the hell out of Rumble, implying that Kai and Speed took a lucrative deal, delivered the bare contract minimum, and then skedaddled with the money, which is a crazy finesse, but W scam, I guess. It's important to note that at the end of the show,
how was that a scam when you fulfilled your contract though? What? People be saying anything is a fucking scam, like bro.
Not signal any personal falling out between Kai and Speed. The two remained friends and continued to collaborate here and there, but the Kai and Speed show was essentially a variety / IRL stunt show, a fun side project, I guess, but I don't think they really mesh well together, to be honest. I know that's a hot take, but hear me out.
Fuck no. What? Bro, the Fortnite marathon and the Minecraft marathon that they did was doing numbers, and they did that shit on their own. To say that they don't mesh well is crazy. That's stupid.
Okay? Kai and Speed individually have been honing different niches. Kai's content often revolves around interacting with other rappers, celebrities, or doing skits on Twitch or whatever, while Speed's content leans into IRL stuff as well.
He put Nah, this video is mad recent. That's funny. Yeah, Speed, I feel like Kai and Speed are opposites. Speed is more like, he has more of an international audience. He leans more into soccer and like interacting with other people's cultures and more IRL. Kai does IRL shit, obviously, but he's more known for, like bro said, doing events, bringing guests on stream, hanging around friends, shit like that. Like they both kind of had like a similar, you know, they're both kind of like similar, which is why people compare them all the time now.
Mostly sports. Think Ronaldo, racing, all that. They've matured into slightly different lanes. Rumble's format didn't fully showcase their strengths as much as their solo content does. I mean, if you look at the later episodes, you can tell that the energy on stream was just a bit forced compared to the more spontaneous, unscripted collabs that they had in the future or in the past before this whole Kai and Speed Rumble shit. But you gotta remember what 2023
Yeah, because they
was.
literally just doing their own thing and then they're like coming together. It's not like when you do shit on top of what you're already doing, like this shit be tiring. I'm not gonna lie. People think like, oh, all you gotta do is just stream. No. You know how much business meetings these two are taking behind the scenes, bro? Talking to sponsors, trying to get shit to work. Like they're doing real deal business shit. Like then you add in a whole other thing on top of that. Come on, bro.
Creators with the contract changes and random bans, so everybody started jumping ship. Streamers who was loyal to Twitch for the longest, off the top of my head, Aiden Ross, Bruce Drop 'em Off, Your Rage, all of them left Twitch in 2023 or 2024 around there.
They left Twitch to get the bag. That whole era of Kick throwing like $100 million deals and multi-million-dollar deals, that shit will never happen again. Like that was a crazy time. Streamers were getting NFL and NBA contracts, bro.
Kick offered them some crazy contracts, $100 million, like nothing, like candy. Here you go, boy. Here you go.
Here you go, boy.
Rumble tried to pivot from politics into mainstream entertainment by signing streamers.
Yeah, that's not their lane. Rumble needs to just stay a right platform. To be honest with you though, the way that shit is going right now with people like Asmongold and a lot of these other streamers, bro, there's like a rise of like right-wing fucking creators and right-wing media. And it's kind of evening out with the left-wing shit. So Rumble may not even be around. I don't know how long that shit's gonna be around for.
I was getting paid, even if the platforms weren't really built yet. Or if you look at Rumble, it just looks like a piece of. It looks like a piece.
That shit looks ass. Their UI is fucking garbage, bro. Nah, that shit really does look years behind. And it still looks bad. That's crazy, bro.
The shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Kai Cenat was right in the middle of all
said
this.
yes,
He
bro.
openly debated where to go. Kick, Rumble, YouTube, or stay loyal to Twitch. He was tactical with it. Instead of fully jumping ship, he did the smart thing. Grabbed the bag from Rumble for a side project while keeping his main empire on Twitch. Again, W finesse, W scam.
Everybody, okay, first of all,
Kai talks about legally scamming Rumble.com. Come on, bro.
let me go ahead and say something real quick. I had to move very tactical on this platform. I feel like niggas is ready to get the fuck out of here. But it's all love. You feel what I'm saying? Chat, first of all, the streaming, the normal stream that me and you do, it's always gonna be on here. So that doesn't change. That's why that was a big reason and for me going my route. You feel me? A lot of niggas wanted me to be 100% exclusive on platforms and shit. And chat, y'all know I'm not the type of person. I'm not the type of person when it comes to shit like this. I would never. I won't do what I don't think is right. I won't do what
That's real.
don't think is great for y'all. I feel like anything that's against that of what I want to do and what makes me feel comfortable.
That shit was fucking clickbait. Where the fuck does he talk about any of that in that headline? He just said he just didn't take an exclusive deal. What the fuck?
That's just me. I won't do it. I done discussed like with a whole bunch of people. Shout out to all the other platforms and shit like that. You feel me? I fought with y'all and shit. But you know, it just wasn't the right move for certain things in my career.
Meanwhile, Speed was already banned from Twitch and didn't care. He just went wherever the money and chaos were. The Kai and Speed show was born in that storm. It was a product of the 2023 platform war. It was also a flex move by Rumble to prove that they could get A-list streamers. But like most of the platform deals, it was hype first, no longevity. What do y'all think? Did Kai and Speed scam Rumble and the fans as well?
Fuck no. Hey man, if you ran off with that bag, you ran off with that bag. Didn't even know this was a show, but remember watching the trailer, had no idea what this was for. I watched every episode, bro. They just didn't get along. Kai, a grown man with grown man energy, and Speed, a kid not thinking and just winging everything he does. One of them always wound up getting frustrated by the end. Now, Rumble didn't have enough money to pay Speed and Kai. That's why they didn't get a second contract. Facts.